And welcome back to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes here on CW11, as this segment is brought to you by IBEW and NECA, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 191 in Everett, and the National Electrical Contractors Association, Cascade Chapter in Mount Vernon, are powering our communities. Union members earn more money, have better benefits, and greater job security. Thank you, IBEW and NECA, for their support.
Well, 16 laps to go as we go back to green, double file restart style coming off the line. The story has been Chad Sinner and the newly rebuilt 11C trying to hold off the Saturday feature winner in Parker Stevens, and Stevens with a monster run on the double file restart to the outside of Sinner in corner number 3.
Yeah, they are side by side. Parker Stevens hiding behind the 11C of Chad Sinner down the back straightaway. That's how close they were, as it is Sinner at the line, but Parker Stevens not going away anytime soon.
No, Stevens is getting that car to rotate in turn number 2 quite nicely, although benefit of the inside line, the shorter way around the racetrack for Sinner got him a little bit further ahead. This is going to be a very good battle coming down to the late stages of this.
Yep, just past halfway now. Chad Sinner, Parker Stevens, and Ricky Arnold just waiting for one mistake from either of the two cars, and he's going to slide his way up through into the first or second position as Parker Stevens has a run.
Yep, Stevens peeks inside. Can Sinner get down and take the lane away? He cannot. New race leader Parker Stevens, as we are down to 13 laps to go.
Yeah, Chad playing it very smart and safe there, not pinching him. He knew that Parker Stevens had a run, as we got a very tight battle for the 4th spot. That looks like it's Tanner Bennett and Billy Weber.
Bennett, a name that we called a couple of times during the Saturday race, as you get action in down there through turns 3 and 4. Drivers kind of taking care to not get into the speedy dry on the racetrack. You get into the, quote, kitty litter, so to say, and it causes trouble car around in turn number 1 and 2.
Yep, that is the 11M of Rick McNeil, who had a similar incident last night while running second place. He's going to get the car fired back up. Looks like quick enough to stay green right now. It is still Parker Stevens out front, as Chad Sinner has a ton of company in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, Ricky Arnold has really closed the gap, and he's bringing 4th and 5th with him at the same time in Bennett and Weber. So a nice 4-car battle brewing up for second position as Stevens gets away from all of them.
Yeah, Parker Stevens definitely checking out very quickly. You can see how much speed that 4-car has, as it is a very tight 4-car, almost 5-car battle if Brandon Cole can get up in that mix for second place.
Taking a look, Bennett with a big run on Arnold through 3 and 4. Arnold doing his best to hold him off, and Arnold losing a little bit of touch with Sinner again. Your best friend is cars battling behind you for position right now. Sinner trying to take advantage of that is 4th and 5th now side by side.
Yep, Billy Weber got a great run off of, I think, a Tanner Bennett mistake going into turn number 1. So Billy Weber moves himself up into the 4th spot. But Parker Stevens, how impressive. Under 10 laps to go, just 8 remaining now. Very impressive from that 4-car. He just has everything clicking right on that machine, as here we see 3rd through 5th.
Yeah, 3rd through 6th actually at this point in time, as that's your 6th place car checking in the picture and looking to become a factor in the late stages of this race. Stevens, Sinner, Arnold, Weber, Bennett, and Cole was the guy in the 25X flashing into the screen.
Yeah, and Brandon Cole actually owns the 4-car that Parker Stevens is driving, and I think he's pretty happy with the job that Parker has done, as Brandon Cole gets a great run going to the inside of Tanner Bennett.
Yep, shuffle Bennett backwards a little ways, as you've seen what the front bumper can do there, as trying to get Arnold squirrely ahead of him, and Arnold just squirrely enough to miss his entrance going into turn number 1. Forward to position goes Billy Weber in the 28.
Yeah, Billy Weber now inside the top 3 on the podium. Like we said, he was absent the night before, so not quite in tune with the racetrack as maybe some of the guys in front of him. But Parker Stevens is checked out from the second place battle. We'll see what Billy Weber has for the 11C of Chad Sinner.
Man, he made up that ground very, very quickly with just 5 laps to go. The race for second might get good, as Arnold gonna shuffle a spot backwards. He will fade back into 5th.
Yeah, Brandon Cole up into 4th now, so great run from the 25, as we're gonna keep our eyes on this battle for second. The 11C Chad Sinner, Billy Weber, let's see what they can do. Last time out, I don't think Billy was necessarily too happy with Chad after they both kind of made contact with a lab car, so maybe some hurt feelings from the last time out.
Well, they're just now coming into lapped traffic here as you're taking a look at your leader, Parker Stevens, and we got a car spinning Cole.
Ooh. Yeah, that was your 4th place driver. Brandon Cole went around coming off of turn number 4, gets it fired back up. That's going to bring the caution out with just 4 laps remaining here. And it's going to be shootout style.
Oh, it's going to be stack all of those fast drivers right in behind him. I mean, if Parker Stevens makes a mistake, any one of that group of cars could come up and through. And what a story it would be if Chad Sinner can somehow find a miracle and going from wadding up the night before to victory lane on the Sunday show.
Yeah, that'd be phenomenal. And that 1 hour of sleep in the shop would really pay off at that point for Chad Sinner and the team. But we're going to head back down trackside for the restart with 4 laps remaining here at Evergreen Speedway for the Legend Division, as it will be Parker Stevens showing the way with Chad Sinner to his outside, the strong Billy Weber in row number 2.
Ricky Arnold next to him as they stack up 2 by 2. Anything can happen in a double file restart, and again, especially when you know where the launch line is going to be for these drivers coming off the corner. If you time it up right, that outside car can stick right with the leader down the front straightaway.
A little bit of games being played. Look like Parker Stevens came up just a little bit before angling that nose off into turn number 1. So maybe a little bit of games being played by Parker Stevens, as we got a mess of cars going on the back straightaway.
It cost Sinner a position as he's now back into third. Billy Weber takes full advantage, uses the inside lane, goes right by him, and he's in the second position now. You can see him all over the place back further in the pack.
Yeah, we'll see if Chad Sinner is able to hang on from Tanner Bennett. Obviously, a little bit of drama from the night before between those two. We'll see how they race each other as we're coming by just 2 laps remaining this time across the stripe.
Yeah, less than a mile remains for these drivers to figure out where they need to be. As 2 to go, Stevens checking out Weber to Sinner, close enough to make something happen, but Sinner actually having to work pretty hard to keep Bennett off him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tanner Bennett definitely very strong right there, trying to get onto the podium, but Parker Stevens really has no competition. Just has to be nice and smooth through these last few corners.
Hey, take home 2 trophies, 2 winners' checks, and all the glory from the weekend. He has just half a track remaining for it to happen. Second place of Weber's got a little bit of room, and Sinner sitting third, and looks like that's exactly how they will come across and finish.
Parker Stevens first, Billy Weber second, and what a story from Chad Sinner, able to rebound from a hard hit the night before. A lot of times you'll see drivers just kind of pack it up, maybe take a little bit of a break after a hit like that, really get the car fixed right, but not Chad Sinner. He worked his butt off overnight to get that car fixed.
Yeah, and kudos. I'm sure they'd want to say thank you to anybody else who lended a part, a wrench, a helping hand, whatever it took to get that car back on the raceway. Ends up with a podium finish. Parker Stevens with the sweep of the weekend in an awfully fun and still growing division here in the Legends in the Pacific Northwest. They're great wherever they go.
Yeah, we had about 35 different cars check in to the pits between the 2 days, so that is incredible numbers for an awesome and very fun class. But we're going to switch gears here, go on to our 4th different course for the night, I think, something like that. We're going on to the nice fun road course for the Hornet A feature here, as it should get exciting really quick.
Oh, you love the road course. The weight transfer right in the middle of it makes for a lot of fun. So Hornet division on the raceway, front row Zach Meyer in the 69, sponsored by Edwards K&S, and Michael Duncan in the 78 next to him in the GDX Garage Door Service sponsored entry.
Row number 2, we got the 32 of Chase Gardner, and his outside the 77 of Christian Miller.
Row number 3, the 221 of Lyndon Smith, and the 42 of Robert Smith, who has got sponsorship from Honda and Toyota of Seattle.
Row number 4, we got the 81 of Bobby Fisher, and to his outside the 43 of Damon Claiborne, sponsored by Raritan's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Monroe.
5th row is the 15 of Matt Snyder, who's got Twin Peaks Pub on the sponsor list, and then McKenna Cox. Car number 24, the Cox Wheels Racing car, starts in 10th.
And in 11th, we got the 2G of Jamie Corbett filling in for Brad Gruhl, and his outside the 00 of Dan Miller, sponsored by Exterior Wall Systems, Inc.
Zach Bristol starts on the inside of the next row, the 07Z PMS Power Decals. Peyton Hopp next to him in the Papa's Tavern 16.
And row number 7, we got the 025 of Trent Gillespie, sponsored by Quality Roofing, and to his outside the 18J of Dawson Cox, and sponsored by Cox Wheels Racing.
16B of Louis Bailey and the 03 of Lucas Hassenfluck make up the next row.
And rounding out the field in the black and gold, number 47, that is Dylan Frazier, sponsored by Gearhead Garage. And how awesome is it to see Dawson Cox making, I think this is his Hornet debut for 2021, and that 18J we saw Brooklyn Constance drive in the Youth Hornets earlier tonight. So that car has already been through some trials in that Youth Hornet main, but it survived, and now it's here in the Hornets.
Yes, it is. It's a Cox family reunion in this one. Little sister McKenna out there as well. We watched Dad Steve take the win last week in that awesome figure 8 race. So, the family's got some talent. Let's see if it shines through here in this Hornet main.
Yep, and Damon Claiborne back out here. He's starting a little bit farther up. Hasn't quite had the speed in the 43 car that we've seen in the past, but we'll see what he's able to do. Starts outside of row number 4, but it's going to be all eyes on the 69 of Zach Meyer and the 78 of Michael Duncan coming to the green flag here.
They've got a tall task stacked up behind them as 30 times through the road course, and the most fun part of it right there, where you've got to transfer weight, get the car slowed down enough to get it to rotate and come around turn number 2 just like that, slipping and sliding and going all over the place.
Yeah, that was rotation with assist for Michael Duncan as he got the back bumper from Zach Meyer, helping get around the corner a little bit, and it seemed to work out as the 78 will come around and looks like he'll be able to lead lap number 1 as it is a minefield of Hornet cars behind him.
Got to be careful when you exit the corner that high, though, as that's a long ways around that turn to get back in and through this intersection, although good job of Duncan to pull that off. Duncan, Meyer, Miller, 1 through 3 in the extremely early stages, and here comes Miller looking inside on the back straightaway.
Yep, started 4th, and he wants 2nd early. He's going to duck way down inside, a little bit of contact with the 69 of Zach Meyer, but they keep all the wheels straight for now as it's a tight 3-car train going into the intersection.
That's Gardner's 32 lingering in the 4th position as they'll come through as he snuck up on that front pack looking for room to get by, and once again, Miller down the back straightaway, this time with a bigger run.
Yeah, I think Zach Meyer is definitely going to know he's there to the inside this time as they go into turn number 3. They look to avoid any contacts. We go 3 wide. That is none other than Dawson Cox to the outside of Damon Claiborne and Peyton Hopp.
Look at Cox sailing the white and orange Cox Wheels racing car up and around, and look at the speed that he carried into the corner and managed to get it woed up in time to not have the car come out from underneath him. That's going to prove very, very useful for Dawson as he tries to pick his way up and through this field.
Yeah, as they go 3 wide again, that's Peyton Hopp, and I can't tell what that lime green number is on the inside of that white car, and then Dawson Cox to the outside.
We've got a battle for your lead. Christian Miller up to challenge Michael Duncan. Duncan to the inside and manages to get back to the inside coming around into the back straightaway, so a nice move by him to hold it on that spot. I swear Miller would have had him out to dry in one of those corners, but nice moving and shaking by Duncan.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the most competitive fields of Hornets we've seen all year long. As you see, they're almost nose to tail all the way from first to last as we are 5 laps in. That is very rare to see, as it is definitely showing the best of the best came out this weekend.
Yeah, Gardner is now getting some pressure for 4th from, I thought that was Fisher in there. Fisher to the inside of him down the back straightaway. And again, the lead being challenged getting into turn 3. Miller now using the front bumper a little bit to let Duncan know where he is and try to rattle him a little bit, see if he makes a mistake. We have got a bunch of laps to go. Come on back with us here on the CW11 on Home Track Heroes.